Hi guys, my name is Koro. Today I'm going to run through one of the most basic mechanics for the game Mutants Genetic Gladiators. It's a game that I quite enjoy myself. It's available on Android and Facebook. I'm not too sure about Apple, but if it's not on Apple, I suggest you maybe get an Android. Okay. So before I start, I want to mention that this is a guide aimed at beginners. It is my first video, so I thought, hey, it's probably a good place to start. Let's start off with something that everyone can enjoy and understand. So if you are an experienced or adept player, keep watching because this video might actually help you structure your PvP tie-ins and might actually answer some of the questions that you might have been asking yourself that you may have just overlooked and haven't incorporated into your strategy yet. So let's begin. Mutants is a 3v3 turn-based game. For anyone who grew up playing Pokemon, Final Fantasy, or any RPG, you're probably familiar with how turn-based works. Before any action happens, you choose your attacks, choose your targets, and voila! The game automatically simulates the fights. You hit them, and they hit you, and hopefully you win. If you are like me though, and it feels like you lose more than you win, it might be time to switch things up a bit. You may want to look at your team composition and understand how can you effectively use the speed stat to your advantage. Okay, so now let's talk about the speed mechanic. Normally in most games, speed only determines who strikes first, and it is the same in Mutants. However, unlike most games, what makes Mutants interesting is that the speed mechanic can actually allow players to attack not once but twice, and sometimes even 3 times in their attack phase. Okay, whoa, hold on, hang on, let's pause here. So you're probably asking me, hey Koro, so how do I get my mutants to attack multiple times before the enemy can retaliate? I mean, isn't that better? Doesn't that build for stronger teams if I can attack more than the enemy? Well, yeah, you're partially right, it does, and that's why speed is such an important mechanic. Okay, so for me to answer your question, I've identified the 3 steps that the game uses to determine who goes first and how many times they get to attack. The first is overall speed. We've already mentioned this, the mutant that has the greatest speed attacks first. Quite obvious. The second mechanic is relative speed, so that's how fast are your mutants compared to theirs. And when it comes to calculating how many times you get to attack, it's really simple maths. Okay, so let's take a look at the mutant Auto No Rush. He has a speed of 11.11 or 11.11. And let's assume he's going up against Buck Maurice, who has a speed of 3.33. If you divide 11.11 divided by 3.33, you get 3.33. So that means that Auto No Rush gets to attack 3 times at least before Buck Maurice would attack. Obviously, because you need to work in holes, you can't have 3.33 attacks. But yeah, you get 3 full attacks. Now, when it comes to the third thing that determines whether or not your mutant attacks, it's dependent on level. So if, for example, you had 2 mutants that were exactly the same, the one with the higher level would attack first. Don't ask me what happens if they are the exact same level and the exact same mutant. I haven't actually come across it yet. Alrighty, so let's recap. 3 things determine the strike order of your mutants. Firstly, the speed. The fastest always go first. Very obvious. The next thing, relative speed. How many times does the speed of the enemy mutant fit into yours? And the last thing is level. If you have two mutants at the exact same type, whoever has a higher level goes first. Now, I will be making more beginner level videos, but I'll also be making advanced level videos geared towards structuring your PvP teams and how the current meta functions. Also, I'd just like to say that this is my first video. If there was anything that you would like to see, feel free to leave a comment or drop a PM. Also, if you do want to see more of these types of videos, drop a like and subscribe. So until next time, this is Koro, signing out.